Hi, everyone. Welcome back to BBB Sharing. I'm Evie, Director of Ignite, sparked by BBB. And with me today, I have Josh.
Hello, everybody.
You all probably remember him from a while back. I dragged him back in here today.
Just a couple times.
And he's here with Andrey. Andrey, I met you at Wimby, but you also came in today for 1 Million Cups. But right now, instead of all that stuff, which is great stuff, we'll talk about that next time you come in here. But today we want to talk about you, who you are, what you do, and what your background is.
Thank you so much, guys. It's such a pleasure and very humble to be here. Great to meet you. I've known Barry for quite some time and have attended different BBB events. Today was very special because 1 Million Cups, I've been a big fan of Dale Fickett and just the group at Robbins School of Business. I remember even the prehistoric times when we met at VCU place downtown. Yeah, so I am very excited to share that recently I've registered a new company, new brand called HireTheBest LLC, HireTheBest spelled as one word. It's basically the outcome of 2.5 years of proof testing of my other brand called True Agility RVA. It's been documented heavily in the community, does all kinds of impactful pro bono mainly work that led to actually for-profit formation of Hire the Best. And the main foundation of what I do is basically servant leadership coaching, true agile transformation coaching and training, and teaching companies how to be effective by treating their employees in the right way so that they're not treated as commodity, but treated as people. What that allows in turn to do is to cultivate the culture of true entrepreneurship, where people are not afraid to challenge the status quo. DEI is not just about diversification, which is extremely important, but it's also about ability for those people to be hired to do the job in the right way and to showcase their expertise in more or less truthful, autonomous, and leadership manner, and not to be afraid to be reprimanded or even laid off. And I think behind the reasons why I decided to go this route was really the time when I worked last year as a recruiter in IT staffing for the state of Virginia, with the state of Virginia through a private vendor. And I saw a lot of injustice. I saw a lot of layoffs, a lot of inhumane ways of how people were treated, in my humble opinion, where they were kind of treated as a commodity. Basically, we have a project, we need to hire a person, and this doesn't fit, that doesn't fit. People got frustrated. I got frustrated because, I tried to provide to people my career coaching sessions through True Agility RVA. I also spoke to business owners trying to meet their needs in terms of hiring, and didn't really see that they understood that people are the main asset of any organization. It's not just about we have a problem, can you solve it? It certainly is from day-to-day context, but these people rely on livelihoods. They have plans. They want to grow within an organization. This whole trend over the decades that we've seen that people are grasshoppers, sort of, right? They're job hoppers. They jump from one job to the other. They don't really do that because they're trying to make a lot of money or because they're just trying to, disrespect companies. They do that because the employers leverage their ability to use at-will employment at any time as they best see fit for the business world. And sometimes even the small business world is no better. I mean, corporations usually lay off people in packs, but I truly believe that working with startups, working with nonprofits, we have done a lot of nonprofit work in the community and serve on different nonprofit boards, and working with social entrepreneurs, mid-sized businesses, is where there's ability to intervene and teach the right true agile framework, which is my proprietary framework, culture of the right approach to people, which will lead to productive projects, which will lead to successful MVPs, minimum viable products, and ultimately happy, long-term committed customers. So I'll stop at that and let you guys ask questions or clarifications.
No, that was wonderful. as you know, one of the biggest things here at the BBB is we have our values, and our values are always starting with trust, number one. And then, of course, integrity, respect, and honesty. And knowing that, we come from the consumer side, but we also help the businesses as well. Knowing that you're looking at the employees is so important, because when we say start with bbb.org, we don't just mean that when you're shopping for a business, right? We mean that as an employee too, looking to be employed by a business. Of course, you want to go to a business that has those values, right? Because you want them to care about their employees. And so the fact that you said all of that really resonates with that market of people that are really trying to find work right now, and don't know where to start, or they end up just taking a job because they need to pay their bills. And then they don't get treated very well. So I think what you do is amazing.
Thank you. Truly believe in my mission, and yeah.
No, you're good. I think, when we were talking, when you were at my cubicle, I think what you do is really good. I wanted to pick your brain a little bit, because when it comes to, it can go from both sides. It could be from the employer's perspective, not really understanding how to lead or how to develop a person. And it could also be from the employer's side, not really accepting the change and not really like soaking all the information in, knowing that the employer does want to help just develop this person. I'm just wanted to say, like, what would you say would be like the biggest roadblocks when it comes to what you do and like developing people, working with people, trying to make them just better leaders and employees at the same time?
That's a great question. The main thing is, think about it from the standpoint of an old cliche objection, which is, we've done that before. Yeah, we've heard about it, but we're okay now. And this whole idea is being closed to new knowledge sharing, being close to business process improvement because of fear of change or a fear of learning something new. And also, at times, incorrect perception of time. Like I think Barry mentioned about time at 1 million cups when we were talking earlier. That's true. Time is the greatest commodity we have. But sometimes all we have to lose, truthfully speaking, is our time. And if you think about it, if you leverage it from an Agile perspective, which is in Agile, like if we talk about Scrum framework, and for our listeners, it's basically one of the most predominant frameworks in Agile projects all over the globe, whether you're running IT software projects or any type of other flexible projects, let's just call it this way. There's a big ceremony in that. There's different ceremonies, and one daily ceremony is called Daily Scrum. And that's 15-minute check-in that talks about, what you've done up to this point of the meeting, what you plan to do today, and do you have any impediments that we can help you resolve? And the reason I mention this is because 15 minutes can be a lot. Like this podcast is going to be 10 minutes or so, right? And hopefully the idea is to jam pack it with information for people to think. So when a business owner tells me they can't find 15 minutes to talk, for me to enlighten them, for me to have a mindset shift, that tells me that, there's a lot of ego behind that, right? But you're right, actually, about the fact that some employees also, they have those roadblocks. And the reason that happens from a recruiter perspective now is because people have been chasing money a lot. And then they even don't have to be job hoppers. They can be people that just sold themselves really well. Again, they have this ego of that I'm entitled to this, the industry brought me there, I do important work. So I try to harness the power to cultivate the power of the mindset from both sides. The servant leader from the inverted Maslow's pyramid, which is one of my seminar key takeaways, and at the same time from the employee side or the candidate side, I talk about Ikigai, which is a Japanese framework that was founded in mid and beginning of 20th century, and that talks about the state of being. At the core is passion, then skill set, then market need, and gratification. And gratification is a piece where I apart from passion, of course, where I focus a bit on for people to understand that it's not just about money. Like, let's say I've done 2.5 years of virtually 95% pro bono work, and you'll say, are you crazy, Andrey? Well, no, I did it because I wanted to understand the market well. I use different approaches, and that allowed me to proof test the concept of, would you take it if it was free? Coming back to the idea of 15 minutes. Okay, fine. You can spare an hour. Can you spare 15 minutes? Let's chat, right? And that allowed me to build a lot of empirical knowledge base, refine my business practice, refine my business model canvas, and to understand how do I want to approach my services. What do I want to focus on? How to make Agile more acceptable and easy to understand for companies and for individuals that are like, I heard about it. What is it? So making Agile accessible per lean principles, cultivating that right mindset, and most importantly, touching people's hearts so that they're so curious, not judgmental, that they want to talk more, that they want to participate in this sort of national, global, whatever, Agile transformation revolution that I'm deeply passionate about.
I love that.
Thank you, because I do think when it comes to just value in general, I feel like a lot of things, of course, money is very important just to live, but I would say it's more of like just the acceptance of self and just developing yourself is probably one of the most important things. And thank you for doing that.
Yeah, you're most welcome. I mean, you have to live by something that you do, I think. Understanding the acceptance criteria, like why you're doing this. So the Simon Sinek's model is very important, just to mention here. The why, the how, and the what. Why is your mission? How is the process? And what is your action plan? But it starts with a why.
Yep.
Ikigai talks about this, the same thing, passion, the why, right? And essentially the MVP, which is the foundation of pretty much any iterative Agile framework with Scrum and predominance, or Kanban, which is more of a for smaller organized teams that are more disciplined. They still need to have their why, because if you have your why, then everything else comes into balance.
Yep.
You understand that health is important, your family is important, your friends are important, your dog is important, like in my case, right? You're not just chasing money, you're not just chasing a dream, you're not just trying to impact the world, but you're in harmony with yourself. Because if you are, then everybody else starts to be drawn to you energetically, and they want to understand, what is it that you have to talk about? What kind of value can it provide to them? And that's how discussion groups, circles form, and it's just a big part of what I do on a regular basis of being really involved in the community.
Yeah, you said it's all about the why, and that's what we want people to understand too, is once you answer the why, like you said, everything starts to fall into place. And I think a lot of people forget to ask themselves that question. It's one word, but it's an important question to ask yourself. And a lot of people forget that. So Andrey, thank you so much for coming in here, taking the time to join us at 1 Million Cups this morning, and coming in here to do a podcast. You were amazing. You did a great job, and you were a wealth of knowledge. So we appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Andrey.
It's been a true pleasure, and look forward to working with BBB.
I look forward to it too.
Yeah.
I hope you can come in here again soon too. Barry will probably drag you in here. It's okay. You won't have an option.
I'm 10 minutes away, so there's no excuse.
Oh, there you go.
We'll brainstorm some ideas.
Yep.
Exactly. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you. And everyone,
Appreciate it.
please make sure to follow us on Ignite Sparked by BBB Central Virginia, Instagram and Facebook, and BBB Send VA on YouTube, because all of the podcasts are also posted on YouTube and Spotify. So make sure to watch out for Andrey. He's a recruiter, so if you need help, contact him. And just follow us and subscribe and like.
And strategic advisor.
And strategic advisor. There you go. So thank you all for joining us. Have a lovely day.
Have a good day, guys.
Thank you.
Bye.